All right, today I am going to show you how to make this cup cozy with a little puff stitch and some chains in between. This heart was just an addition. I do have a heart bag charm tutorial and I just used the heart for that, and I sewed it in very nicely, as you can see. You can also glue that there, but this tutorial is just going to be for this piece right here. So this specific pattern with the puff stitches. And if you are not familiar with puff stitches, I also have a tutorial for that right here. It should pop up for you. So what you need for this, since it is a cup cozy, if you are planning on using this for ice drinks, okay, whatever. But it is going to work best with cotton, especially because acrylic tends to warp and sweat a little more. So you're going to need a cotton yarn of your choice, and you are going to need a crochet hook. I am using a 4.5, some snips, and let me grab it here, a yarn needle. So go ahead and grab those materials and let's get started. Okay, I am going to be using this pink yarn right here. I'll probably do the inverse of this, or maybe some green. So that is my favorite color these days. All right, so we're going to make a slip knot. And we are going to chain 35. So 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to count the whole time. All right, once you've chained 35, I want you to look at your chain, especially if you're a beginner. Let me see if I can get this camera to focus. If you touch one side, it's going to be a little smoother than the other. One side is going to be bumpy. One side is going to have a lot of V's, and that's actually how we count our stitches. So 1, 2, 3. So if you struggle with that, if you just look at the V's, here we go. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyways, you are going to be putting this together so you can work in a circle. So I'm going to make sure the smooth side is on the outside. And I'm going to insert in the very first chain that I did. So smooth on the outside. And then I'm going to slip stitch it together. So I'm just going to yarn over and pull that yarn through both of those loops. So twist it around, make sure the V's are facing out. And then I actually start working there. So I start working back this way. That's how I prefer to do it. So now that we have this joined, we are going to chain 2. 1, 2. That gives us a little height, just like how when you stretch, you go over to go forward. So you are going to go, or not up, over to go forward. You're going to go up to go over, just like this. You're going to go up to go over. And now we're going to do a puff stitch. We're going to do 3 stitches within that. So I'm going to link a tutorial down here for you, but you're going to yarn over, insert into the next stitch. Ooh, sometimes cotton yarn is a little finicky. Yarn over, pull through 1. Yarn over, insert into that stitch again. Yarn over, pull through 1. And I'm going to do it one more time. Yarn over, insert into that stitch. Yarn over, pull through 1. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on here. And to bring it all together, I'm going to yarn over and pull through all those stitches. Now you might want to do a few at a time, or just one at a time. Don't push yourself to get it through all those stitches, because even I right now with this yarn need to pull a little at a time. I'm just going to pull that working yarn a little tighter. And now I'm going to chain I'm going to skip this next unworked stitch, and then I am going to do another puff. So I'm going to yarn over, insert into one over, so I'm skipping a stitch, and I'm going to do another puff of 3. So yarn over, put through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, put through, yarn over, pull through. And I lost count, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's 3. Yarn over, pull through all of them as slow as you want, then chain 1 and skip that stitch and do another puff. So you're basically just building these gaps here. And if you look, this is one of my works in progress. You're building the gaps. Okay, so go ahead and finish all your puffs. Remember to skip a stitch between puffs. So chain and skip, and then meet me at the end when you come up to the end right here where you started. So you should reach the end right here. It's a little bit awkward depending on if you made your stitches, if you made more chains or not. There might be an extra space, but that's okay. So I'm just going to do a slip stitch to join the rows. So I'm going to find the top chain and I'm going to slip stitch right there to join them together. So now my next row is going to be half double crochets in every single stitch all the way around. So to build that height, I am going to chain 2, yarn over. I'm going to insert it right here, pull through. You can use whatever stitch you want. I prefer half double crochet. I feel like it's easier. So then this is the next stitch right here. This row might be a little tricky, especially if if you don't crochet often. Finding those little holes, especially in the chains, can be tough. So we are just I'm gonna half double crochet. You do whatever stitch you would like to do. If you want all puffs, then more power to you. I do not. So what this will look like, again, I'm going to show you, is this. So we're just going to be repeating these 2 rows. So let's go ahead and finish that half double crochet and then we'll meet at the end. Okay, so when you reach the end, you are going to do another slip stitch. So last time we chained 2, so just find the top or even the next stitch over if the top bothers you. And the great thing about crochet is, like, if this gap really annoys you as you're doing it, you can sew those when you finish. So this is the 2 row pattern, and you're going to repeat that. So after you slip stitch, you are going to chain 2 and do another row of puffs, and then slip stitch, chain 2, and you'll do another row of half double crochet or whatever you chose. So it's going to look like this repeating pattern here. I'm sure it already has a name, so I don't know what you guys want to call it, but we call it a puff. You could see on the back, it's just not going to, be perfect as the others. And that's just kind of the nature of handmade things. But I hope this is helpful. If you liked this tutorial, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you have questions. And I will see you guys soon.